Ta-da! I hope it's visible. I'll try and zoom into the picture as well. So there were a lot of questions about a book recommendation for developing reasoning or the kind of reasoning that we require in the exam, basically to build a foundation slash habit. So this is a great book. I suggest you buy it out, buy it from your favorite store, online store now I think, and start solving a puzzle or more a day. I think there are hundreds of puzzles in this book. Once you are done with this, I'll be happy to share more books, more advanced books. But this is a great book. I've been building a whole course on DILR using a lot of CAT questions and trying to work out what is that skill that is required, right? Because the questions can differ and they do differ from set to set. So what is the fundamental idea that we are trying to master, right? So, and we have looked at it, we have looked at how deductive reasoning is at the heart of it, how step-by-step bookkeeping is the skill required. But the problem in all the sets, the maybe a problem in all the sets for some of you might be that the sets kind of, that all of these sets kind of directly jump into a very high difficulty level. I'm trying for easier sets also, but even those are slightly difficult, right? So if I'm looking at what can I do to have that kind of an experience where just like maths, you have been learning it for a while and you have that little bit of a confidence in that subject and joy also. Because a very difficult problem to start with can suck away all the joy out of learning. So you need something which is doable. Not only doable, it's not just simple puzzles. All the, let me put the book back there and I hope we can zoom in. All the skills, I went through a few puzzles, all the skills that are being tested are the same skills that are required in bigger problems, only the scale is different. But as far as creating multiple scenarios, building a table, creating and testing cases, all of those skills are being tested and applied. Basic deductive reasoning, some amount of syllogisms, all of that is being tested over and over again in various puzzles. So if you're looking at that a fun basic experience, please go for this book right now and start solving a few problems. No, this is not a paid post. Whoever is the publisher, Jaico Books, I think. Jaico Books is the publisher. I think this is a 200 rupee book, best investment ever, especially if you are a starter. So this is not for people who have already appeared for CAT and scored 95 percentile in DILR. This is for those people who look at a DILR problem and they get scared. And this colorful book with its funny diagrams and everything will help. And the stories are simple enough to get you started, but complex enough and using the very same tools and skills that you overall require. So by the time you are done with this and then you notice the CAT course again, you will see, okay, yeah, the same idea, just at a different scale. But that's not it. I hope I have convinced you enough because it is, I had a lot of fun with this. Whenever I open it, it's super fun. And I notice the same ideas are being used, right? So the recommendation will not be enough. So let me try out a puzzle or two from the book. And I've already done that in a couple of other videos. Go through the DILR course or even the playlist on YouTube, and you will find already a couple of discussions from the puzzles. And if you look at the diagrams of CAT sets and the discussion here, you will see very similar trees, boxes, analysis, etc. So let's try a puzzle from this book. So I hope you tried the puzzle out. It was also posted on the community tab as a pop-up poll, and only I think 32% or 35% of the people got the answer. And it is slightly tricky. You might get stuck at one particular point, and it's a good revelation in terms of what assumptions you are making while solving the problem. But too much talk. Let me get into the story. The story is The Murderer in the Mansion. It is from page number 148 from this book. What I can also do is I can make you a promise. If you buy this book and send me a picture that you have purchased it with your face, maybe. For each book, each person who buys this book, I will solve one more puzzle out of the book, right? Just as like a bonus activity. So the story is The Murderer in the Mansion. And look, what a lovely image. Not scary at all because CAT questions can be that soul-sucking kind variety also sometimes, right? So the owner of the mansion has been murdered. The visitors to the mansion were Allen, Bixby, and Crane. The names are easy here: A, B, and C. You will see in CAT questions the names also are made difficult to make it denser and difficult to read and challenge you further basically in a pressure situation, right? So again, while you're building the skill, you don't need that extra pressure. We did that set yesterday, or I mean in one of the videos where the names were AIE, BIE, AET, very close to each other. We did another set where the boys were also ABCD and the girls were also ABCD. If you don't pay attention, you are likely to make a mistake here. So the three visitors are A, B, and C, and the owner of the mansion has been murdered. Now I'm given rules. I will just read the rules, keep the rules in mind, make deductions, and see if nothing gets broken and I don't cross any constraints as such, which is complicated words. You will see the story in a minute. The murderer, who was one of the three visitors, arrived at the mansion later than at least one of the other two visitors. So there are three visitors. I'm ordering it in the nature of time: first visitor, second visitor, third visitor. And this story tells me the murderer, who was one of the three visitors, arrived at the mansion later than at least one of the other two visitors. So I ask you, can the murderer be in the first place? Can he be the first visitor? Can he be the first visitor? And your answer will be no, because the rule says there is at least one person behind him. So I could have a story like this: murderer comes second, or I could have. So the moment I go for or, I'm going for multiple stories. A very common feature of all our test questions. Or he could be in the third place. So I'm just capturing the information. A detective who was one of the three visitors arrived at the mansion earlier than at least one of the other two visitors. So so a different story altogether. The detective arrived before at least one of the visitors. So can the detective be in the last position? No. So your answer would be, or your capturing the information would be, detective is either in the second position or he is in the first position. Later, these stories will get merged together. We'll see in a minute. The third rule said the detective arrived at the mansion at midnight. So I'm thinking that this is the midnight, middle of the night. And actually, I've read the story further, so I know that midnight is the middle slot. But let me not capture it. Let me put it somewhere else. The detective came at midnight. Because for all we know right now, this slot could be midnight. Oh, sorry, the first slot could be midnight as well. The next rule says neither Allen nor Bixby arrived at the mansion after midnight. So capture another story. The detective comes at midnight, and after the detective, neither Allen nor Bixby have come. So A and B are ruled out. That means if I ask you after midnight or after the detective, who is the only person who can come, your answer would be C can come. Now you can choose. You know after the detective there is only C. You know after the detective there is only C. That means this story is ruled out for you, and you know this is the case that will work for you. Another very basic recurring theme in all our exam questions that we have seen so far, and we have seen around 35-40 good sets already. So this is a kind of a reverse course. We have already done the heavy difficult work. Now I'm going for very easy kind of puzzles, right? So I know this story is going to work for me, and this story is ruled out. So I know detective is in the middle slot, and now I also know that this slot must be midnight. The next rule said the earlier arrival of Bixby and Crane was not the detective. The earlier arrival of Bixby and Crane. So Crane I know definitely came last. That means Bixby must have come before Crane. That means Bixby is not the detective. Because remember, detective could be A, B, or C. By the way, detective now can't be C because detective is in the middle position and C is in the last position. This is also telling me that Bixby is not the detective. That also tells me that Bixby must not be in the middle position and Bixby must be here. And that finally also tells me that A must be in the middle, and therefore A is the detective. That I can say for sure. and this is where it gets interesting, this particular one. The latter arrival of Allen and Crane was not the murderer. The latter the latter between Allen and Crane is Crane. This guy is not the murderer. Now remember, go back to your murderer story. Murderer could have taken the middle position or the last position. C is in the last position and he is not the murderer. That means this story rules out. That means this is the only story. And that means the murderer also came in the middle slot. That means whoever is in the middle slot is the murderer. Now, what is special about this question and where maybe a lot of people got confused was that maybe they concluded that A was the detective and they could not handle the information that A or the detective is the murderer. But beyond that, I hope you see the game was quite a straightforward one to play. The last bit, this bit might be confusing that the detective is the same person as the murderer, but no rule was given that the detective cannot be the murderer. So this is an interesting person which is teaching you something about your assumption if you got stuck in the problem. Otherwise, notice the process. We created multiple stories, and by keeping in rule and the conditions given, some stories got ruled out, and we were finally left with the answer. In the beginning of the book, this guy also writes a wonderful little letter to how to start the book and what do we mean by reasoning. And I highly recommend reading that. Maybe in another session, I will discuss that as well. But I hope one more puzzle, and I hope you go through another cat set by from anywhere, and you will notice that at a fundamental level, this game is being played a lot. So get comfortable with it. Buy this book. Do it right now.